Assalamualaikum to my beloved brother and sister out there. My name is Siti Syahirah Najihah, teaching Umayyad from Kolej Pengajian Islam Johor Diploma Syariah Islamiyah Semester 5, Class 1. Okay guys, do you know story in the Quran about the Prophet Yusuf and Zulaikha? Okay, today I want to share with you all about the story of Prophet Yusuf being Seduce Zulaikha, wife of Al-Aziz. Let's start! Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The story is told in the Quran in the Surah Yusuf verse 21 until 29. When the Prophet Yusuf stayed in the house of Al-Aziz. The Prophet Yusuf was an intelligent man, so Al-Aziz gave him the task of taking care of the household. Then God granted Yusuf a very favorable appearance. So Al-Aziz's wife Zulaikha has secretly paid attention to him and began to be attracted to him. The rich man who bought the Prophet Yusuf was the Prime Minister of Egypt, known as Al-Aziz. Al-Aziz is a rich man in the Egypt. Al-Aziz gave Yusuf a place to stay with him in the royal palace of Egypt. Al-Aziz asked his wife to honor Prophet Yusuf because he was very young. After Al-Aziz returned to the palace, his wife came and said, "Oh my husband, who is he?" The Al-Aziz said, "This is Yusuf, my wife. From now on, Yusuf will live in our house, provide a good home. He may benefit for us, or we will take him as a son." Yusuf didn't take long time to adjust to his life there. In addition to working, Yusuf also learned a lot. God gave Yusuf an advantage in the sign interpreting dreams, as mentioned in the Quran verse 21. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. He of Egypt who purchased him said unto his wife, "Reserve him honorably, perchance he may prove useful to use, or we may adopt him as a son." Thus we established Yusuf in the land that we might teach him the interpretation of events. And Allah was predominant in his career, but most of mankind know not. Surah Yusuf verse 21. And after Yusuf's maturity, Yusuf was an intelligent and powerful man. Therefore, Yusuf was entrusted by Al-Aziz to manage the household, as mentioned in the Quran, Surah Yusuf verse 22. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And when he reached his prime, we gave him wisdom and knowledge. Thus we reward the good. Surah Yusuf verse 22. His pleasant personality makes him a favorite, because his personality made Al-Aziz's wife hope for him, and seduced by Yusuf's good looks. The devil whispered to him to do something disgusting. At that time, Zulaikha had not power to suppress it until Zulaikha summoned the young Yusuf. While Zulaikha waited for the Prophet Yusuf to be with him, Zulaikha prepares to dress beautifully to seduce Yusuf. After the Prophet Yusuf came to the room, Zulaikha said, "Come near me," and the Prophet Yusuf prayed to the God. "I seek refuge in the God because my master has treated me well. Indeed, the unjust will not be prosperous." Then the Prophet Yusuf ran and refused Zulaikha's request. While trying to run away, Zulaikha pulled his shirt so hard on the back of Yusuf's body that his clothes were torn. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the Quran Surah of Yusuf verse 24 it says, "She verily desired him, and he would have desired her, if it had not been that he saw the argument of his Lord. Thus it was that we might ward off from him evil and lewdness. He was of our chosen slaves." When the Prophet Yusuf opened the door to escape, he found Al-Aziz at the door. Al-Aziz was shocked to see in the incident. In that situation, Zulaikha accused the Prophet Yusuf of doing so by saying, "He has seduced me when I did not want to do that." Zulaikha said in front of her husband. Then a servant came and gave testimony to find out who was guilty among them. The witness said, "If his clothes were turned to the front, it meant that Yusuf belonged to a group of liars. But if it was turned the back, then it was Zulaikha who wanted it." Al-Aziz is not jealous of what his wife did. He just told the Prophet Yusuf not to talk about this to anyone else. Al-Aziz said to his wife, "Please, my wife, ask forgiveness for your sin, for you are indeed unjust." Moral of the story. First, we must stay away from illegal acts, for God is always watching over what we do in this world. 2. Liars will be vanquished with truth because it is the truth that wins. 3. If you ask from Allah. When we remember the gods, all our affairs will be simplified. But if we forget the God, the devil will make us forget the Creator.